Do you promise that what you will say to the Commission today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
During the
truth?
Qikiqtani Truth Commission's first round of community consultations, Inuit spoke eloquently about the need for healing and the ways it can come about. Their testimonies deliver powerful messages to those who govern, and their feelings and opinions have been vital in helping shape the Commission's recommendations. In November 2009, the QTC gathered its staff, historical research team, and members of the QIA executive in Ottawa to review Commission's findings and discuss appropriate responses.
And highlight the victimization of Inuit. We have to make it much higher than that.
Follow-up visits to Qikiqtani communities helped refine the Commission's approach. The Commissioner outlined each of his initial recommendations during these consultations. At this stage, the thoughts of Qikiqtani Inuit helped give final form to the QTC's recommendations. These recommendations are grouped in 4 subject areas: acknowledgement and healing of the past wrongs, strengthening Inuit governance, strengthening Inuit culture, and creating healthy communities. This video presents highlights of these recommendations. The full list is available in the Commission's written report.
Inuit believe that the path to reconciliation starts with an acknowledgement of past events. To help heal relations between Inuit and Qallunaat, the QTC recommends that the Government of Canada acknowledge that many of its decisions affecting Inuit between 1950 and 1975 were poorly conceived, inadequately funded, and made without Inuit involvement. The government should also acknowledge that these decisions resulted in unnecessary hardship, poor health, education, and social outcomes for Inuits. The Qikiqtani Inuit Association should formally present the full QTC report to the Government of Canada and request a formal acknowledgement of the report's findings. The QTC historical collection should be made accessible to all, especially those interested in understanding and presenting an accurate picture of the Qikiqtani region's history. To provide closure for families, the Government of Canada should offset the costs Inuit incur in locating and visiting the burial sites of family members who died while receiving medical treatment in southern Canada. Good policies and government's decisions depend on the participation of the people who are affected and on an understanding of the communities and their culture. That's why the Commission recommends the governments of Nunavut and Canada provide Inuit with the means and opportunities to ensure that their unique needs and cultural priorities are fully addressed in political, social, and economic decision-making. We recommend that the Qikiqtani Inuit Association establish a program that enables Inuit to develop and apply the governance skills required to strengthen their political and community engagement in a civil society. The governments of Nunavut and Canada should work with the Qikiqtani Inuit Association to develop and deliver cultural training that ensures Inuit culture is properly understood by government employees whose work affects the Inuit. The governments of Nunavut and Canada and all Inuit organizations should respect and incorporate Inuit Qaujimait Tuqangit and Inuit traditional knowledge in all decision-makings in Nunavut. Inuit are one of the founding peoples of Canada. Their culture is rich, distinct, and vibrant. Inuit have managed to retain this culture despite many changes in their way of life since the Second World War. The Commission believes Inuit culture must be celebrated, strengthened, and shared with other Canadians. To accomplish this, the Commission recommends that the governments of Nunavut's Department of Education include historical material from the QTC reports in the Nunavut education curriculum. The government of Nunavut should develop and deliver more programs in which elders, Inuit children, and youth interact and share experiences. These programs would help ensure that young people continue to learn from elders and that elders become more active in daily community life. The Commission also recommends that the governments of Canada and Nunavut work together to develop and fund Inuit language programs that are available to everyone in Nunavut. The legacy of change in the Qikiqtani region includes a number of serious social problems: alcohol and substance abuse, unhealthy diets, high unemployment, low rates of graduation, high crime rates, and substandard housing. The Commission recommends a variety of culturally appropriate steps to be taken to improve the quality of Inuit life. These steps include formal acknowledgement by the Government of Canada that the levels of suicide, addiction, incarceration, and social dysfunction found in the Qikiqtani region are in part symptoms of intergenerational trauma caused by historical wrongs. The governments of Canada and Nunavut should ensure that the people of Nunavut are served by government health, social, and education programs equivalent to those delivered to Canadians in the South. The governments of Canada and Nunavut and the QIA should work together to remove all barriers that limit traditional Inuit activities necessary to sustain and strengthen Inuit culture, enhance food security, improve nutrition, and support local economies. The government of Nunavut and the Qikiqtani Inuit Association should work together to facilitate and promote Inuit participation in hunting, fishing, and gathering practices that will sustain and strengthen Inuit culture and food security, improve nutrition, and support local economies.